Hey everyone, how's it going? Coming to you with my very first guitar comparison video, and it's going to be between the Urban Player, or Keith Urban Player, and the Esteban ALC-200 American Legacy Masterclass Cutaway, long-ass name, something or other. So why compare these two guitars? Well, simply put, these are both very similar in how they were sold and who they're aimed at. Okay, the Esteban over here is infamous for being the original home shopping network guitar, aimed at beginner guitar players and people who didn't know any better. Well, the Urban is a bit of a newer take on that. I don't believe it's the newest home shopping network guitar anymore. I think Randy Jackson came out with his own stuff, which maybe I'll get one someday to review. I won't have these to compare it to at the time because I am going to be giving these away to a local boys and girls club, so that way, you know, some kids can learn how to play guitar. However, these are both very similar instruments. Okay, they're both all laminate guitars. They're both made at an extremely low price point and sold to you at a low price point, and their quality levels are both, you know, kind of on the lower end side of things. And when I say lower end, I do mean they're pretty close to the lowest you can get. I do have full reviews on both guitars individually here on my channel you can go check out. This is just going to be a quick comparison video. I'm going to briefly mention the specs of each one, and then we're going to cut over to some recordings that I did where I gave a sample of strumming, finger picking, and flat picking, both plugged in and unplugged. And any volume differences you hear in those comparisons, by the way, are just because of the differences in volume between these two guitars. I had the settings on the preamps exactly the same, and for the plugged-in section, and I had the mic set up directly, probably about 4 inches from the sound hole on both guitars for their acoustic setup, or for their acoustic demonstration. So if you hear a difference in volume on those comparisons, that's just the difference in volume between the guitars. Again, they were EQ'd exactly the same, and they were played the same distance from the microphone. They had the exact same gauge strings on them as well. They not only the exact same gauge strings, the exact same strings. So. Quick specs before we cut over to that. We have, they're both 25.4 inch scale length, 1 11/16 inch plastic nuts, plastic saddles, laminated spruce tops on both, laminated mahogany back and sides on the Urban, laminated maple back and sides on the Esteban. Simulated rosewood for the fingerboard and bridge on the Urban. That means they took a lighter colored wood like maple and dyed it brown to look like rosewood. While the Esteban appears to have actual rosewood, or at least a very dark wood similar to rosewood. They are both acoustic-electric, with the Esteban featuring an Opus 3 preamp system, which is just a cheap Chinese preamp and undersaddle piezo system. While the Urban sports its own proprietary system, which I couldn't find anything quite like it anywhere online, so it does appear to be its own preamp system, and also an undersaddle piezo. They both feature sealed, sealed die-cast chrome tuning machines. Let me quickly set this stand back up. They both feature sealed chrome die-cast tuning machines on there, with the Urban being slightly Grover styled, while the Esteban is more Goto styled. Alright, so that's enough of a brief rundown between these two guitars. Again, I do have full video reviews on these already, so if you want to have much more detail on that, you can go ahead and go check those out. But for now, let's go ahead and cut over to the demonstrations, and you guys can let me know which one you think is the better sounding guitar. If you think one actually sounded good, or if you think they both sounded like crap, or maybe you think they both sounded good. Either way, leave your opinions in the comment section down below, and I hope you enjoy.
you.